I typed in one sentence into a terminal, and 60 seconds later, I had a full landing page with a hero section, pricing cards, and a working call to action button. And the craziest part is that I didn't even touch a single line of code. This is Claude Code. It's Anthropic's. This is Claude Code. It's Anthropic's AI coding tool, and it runs directly on your machine in a terminal or desktop app. I've written a few in-depth reviews on Claude, so I know the AI pretty well, but I'd never actually sat down and used Claude Code until this video. So this is my first real attempt. It's not going to be a polished demonstration. It's just me, a terminal, and a landing page that I wanted to build. Here's what happened. Quick heads up before we get into the demo, and it's important because otherwise you won't be able to use Claude Code. You download Claude Code, you open it up, you're ready to build something, and you'll get this message. Git is required for local sessions. I had no idea what this meant, and to be honest, I still don't fully understand it, but here's the plain English version. Git is a tool that tracks changes to files on your computer. Claude Code uses it in the background to keep track of what it's building and editing. You don't need to use Git. You just need it installed so Claude Code can do its thing quietly behind the scenes. So here's how to fix it, and there's two different paths depending on your computer. If you're on Mac, you can do what I did. The easiest way is to download Xcode command line tools from the App Store. It's free, it's quick, and it installs Git automatically. If you're on a Windows computer, you have a couple of other options. So go to git-scm.com, I'll put the link in the description, and download the installer from there. It's a straightforward setup wizard, just click through the defaults. Once it's installed, the warning message is still going to be there, so what you have to do is completely quit Claude Code and boot it up again. The warning message is going to be gone, and you'll be able to use Claude Code for your project. I'm telling you this because these kinds of things make people quit before they actually get started. But don't quit. It's a 5-minute install and you're good. Now it's the actual demo. So I'm going to be building a landing page for a fake SaaS product called PitchDesk. Okay, so here's my prompt. Create a landing page for a SaaS product called PitchDesk. It's an AI tool that generates sales decks from a one-line brief. I want a hero section, a feature section, social proof pricing, and a CTA. And I'm gonna send it. Whoa, nice. Okay, so this already is like a really great starting point. I said I wanted a hero section. That's very clear off the bat. Let's see, features, there it is. And pricing, there's a pricing table. Damn, that gets expensive. CTA, your next deal starts with a great deck. Nice. Okay, wait, what else do we have? How it works, that's also useful. I didn't even include that in my prompt, but this is good to have anyway. So even if you don't include certain elements that you want, Claude seems to be pretty good at including what's needed. But yeah, overall it looks really good. It looks like a designer made this, and it's using copy that also just sounds like an actual copywriter. But as much as it looks professional, it does kind of look like any other website, right? Like it's still kind of like bland, you know? And that's the thing about Claude Code. It's a really great starting point, but the real skill is in iteration. So I'm gonna give it a prompt, just being brutally honest. So the design looks generic, change the color palette to a dark background, off-white text with a bold accent color, pick something unexpected, replace the emoji icons with a more professional icon treatment. The hero headline needs to be stronger, something like a human wrote it, not AI. So yeah, I'm gonna send that. All right, yeah, that looks very different. I mean, some of the text, you can't really read it because there's not enough contrast, but it definitely looks a lot different. Yeah, the emojis look a lot more professional. Describe the deal, will handle the deck. Love that. Less time in slides, more time closing. Yep. So the headline, stop losing deals to better looking slides. I do like that better. Okay, so let's take things a step further now that we have the website all built out. Let's see if we can add some interaction. Add an interactive demo section, a text field where the user types a one-line brief, hits a button, and sees a generated deck outline appear below it. So I'm gonna send that. Okay, so that took about 1 minute. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, it's right there. So type a one-line brief below. So project management tool for remote engineering teams struggling with missed deadlines and too many status meetings. Generate deck outline. Whoa, the loading thing is pretty cool. It generated a deck outline literally in a few seconds. Okay, that looks great. And just to be clear, this demo interaction is not like an actual thing on the back end, it's only on the front end. So if you're ready to get your landing page live, you literally, once again, you just have to ask Claude Code to prep the files for you and push it to GitHub. So the initial landing page you built, it took 2 minutes. The iteration took another 2 minutes, and then adding an interactive feature took 1 minute. So altogether it took 5 minutes. Okay, so now that we have experienced Claude Code for the first time, I'm gonna break down what genuinely impressed me about Claude Code and what was kind of annoying. So first of all, I found iterating really fast. Every time I give it a prompt, it would either take like between 1 to 2 minutes to get exactly what I asked for it done. And that's a lot faster than typical drag and drop website builders. Also, the fact that it's agentic and that it can test its own work stands out a lot more compared to just using a regular chatbot. With Claude, it literally just does everything for you because it has access to your files, which is kind of scary, but it definitely makes the process a lot easier and faster. And then for the things that annoyed me, so right off the bat, having to download Git. First of all, I like don't even really know what that is because I'm not a developer. It's definitely not for people who are not technical. The other thing too is that costs add up. Claude Code uses API credits, and complex projects can get really expensive really fast if you're not paying enough attention. If you want to try Claude Code for yourself, there's a link in the description. The free tier might be able to get you somewhere, but if you have bigger, more complex projects in mind, then you're definitely going to want to upgrade to one of the paid plans. I also actually made another video on Codex doing the same thing where I build a landing page. So if you want to check that one out, I'm gonna leave it in this empty area right here. So that was my experience trying Claude Code for the first time. And if you found this video useful, then please hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.